Hey Andy, I'm definitely going to go with just go with the designing a speaker versus the plasma speaker. I think it's a topic that I'm going to want to revisit after I maybe have some more experience with, I don't know, circuits and building things of that nature. Maybe I'll talk to Zach or Ray about it for a physics club or something. But with the speaker idea, I agree that there's a lot of ways that you can investigate things. So I drew up a little week by week thing. So if I wanted to do this as my project, so I'd say week one, I'd just like build a basic speaker to make sure that it was just I was familiar with all the parts needed and how they kind of fit together. Then week two, I'd go in to start the process of investigating ways to make the speaker better. So I'd start by investigating the sound quality when I adjust the diaphragms, like a plastic cup versus like a glass cup or a paper plate or whatever. There's an unlimited number of things that we could try. So it'll probably be just the number of things that we have access to. And then from there, I'd probably just pick the best one that we had going and move on to week three, and then see how adjusting the magnet would change the way the sounds or the sound quality was. I remember in independent study, Bahachik had this like funny looking magnet that kind of weld into like the speaker itself, so it kind of surrounded the coil was like surrounded for a larger part of it, and he said that was a lot more successful if I remember right. So I could email him about that or go and see that over winter break if I wanted to get an idea on that, or just like strength of magnets and size of magnets. And that's probably what I would investigate with the going off of the best diaphragm that we had from week two. Then going into week four, I would see if adjusting the coil, like number of loops or kind of material or like length of coil, with the coil, that kind of thing, how that impacted the sound. And then like between all of those, I would try to optimize the speaker. And like at that point, like week five is when I would go and try to get any sort of materials that I needed that we didn't already have to try to build like the best one that I could. And at that point, I think that'd be like a good like goal before like I would go and investigate different things. And this is where I just threw up on some ideas because I didn't really know what to put for like a whole semester of like planning what to do. But like I said, for example, like week six, we change the goal rather than having like a speaker that produces like the best sound, have one that's like directly attachable to like the back of an iPhone or an Android or something that's like pretty common. I think that could be a cool project because you'd be focusing on a different piece of the engineering. I mean, at that point, it wouldn't be so much as the optimizing like the conversion or whatever it was of the phrase that we used. It would be kind of looking at a different aspect of like the applicability to putting it on the back of your phone. I think that could be really cool. And I don't know, maybe that's a smaller project than it seems, but I think like trying to get everything to fit and making it aesthetic, there'd be like an art piece drawn in, trying to make it look like it belonged with your phone, which would be cool. But that's just an idea. Week seven, underwater. Yeah, I just threw that up there because I don't know if that would be even like possible. I was wondering if you could even use like some sort of like water, like a thin layer of water as like the diaphragm. If you had like your speaker inverted, and then like could you like hear it through the cup or something, like if rather than having it on the bottom of the cup. But just like playing around with that and like underwater, that could be cool. Um, Oh yeah, week eight was actually something I saw in video when I was looking at how speakers work. Because they were talking about like the subwoofer, so like the one that does like the really deep like noises. I think it'd be cool to try to make a speaker that produces those noises with more volume than other noises, or in the opposite, like do high noises versus low noises. And I don't really know how that would how that could be done, but it'd be something to investigate and play with. And then that's 8 weeks right there. I think there's like 14 weeks or something in a semester. So and we didn't have 14 labs because we missed a bunch, but I think I probably need about 2 more weeks of planning. But I was going to ask you, since this was just like the first final draft of the project before we try to put in some salesmanship, if you had any thoughts on like what I could include for things to try with the speakers before I make it into a final draft. This background is just some examples of homemade speakers, so there's certainly a lot to play with for this lab. Um, I don't think there's anything else to include. Let me check the um, or we can pause it. Sorry about that. I didn't realize you could pause it. But looking at it, I would work on the salesmanship, or obviously polish that up once that we have the schedule all figured out at the end. So I think I did what we needed for the draft. Oh wait, this isn't even the part that I was looking at. Where's the science project? Here it is. And the 500 bucks, I did talk about that, but that would just be used probably that week 5 stage where we're trying to optimize everything or buying things that we want to try along the way for each of the subsequent pieces. And yeah, so